Do you like what we do here? I would assume so if you're listening to this. We have had a good year for growth this year. We've had substantial growth on all the podcast feeds with new subscribers. We have the new YouTube channel with a bunch of new subscribers there too. But we want to carry this over into 2026 so we can continue to provide high quality entertainment, high quality news, high quality reviews, and all that kind of stuff. So what we're asking for going into next year is, if you have the ability, we're not asking for a lot, you can donate. Go to ko-fi.com/MWP News and make a donation. Everything you do goes towards making sure we can do things. That way I can take days off work to go and cover things early, or, things of that nature. Go to events and talk about them early, see advanced screenings. All that stuff goes into that budget. On top of that, if you can't afford that, and I realize right now things are tough and things are rough out there. If you can't afford that, the easiest thing you can do is subscribe and rate. No matter what you use to get this podcast, you can subscribe. Just hit the follow button, hit subscribe, whatever the button is on your thing, and then rate us. Give us 5 stars. That'll help more people find us, and the more people find us, the more we can, the more we'll be able to do, and we'll be able to get, more happening. You can also go to mwpnews.com and sign up for our newsletter. There we will have articles and stuff like that about what we cover on this show. And we will also be doing more gaming content on the YouTube channel. If we can get, with more subscribers on there, we can do more. And that's youtube.com/@MWPnews. And again, thank you for a great year for us. Next year will be better. One of the big issues that I had this year that preempted me from doing a lot of what I wanted to has been resolved with the issue with, my car, and that issue has been resolved. So going into this next year, we should be a lot more smooth sailing, but we do need your help to get more people listening and get what we're doing here out there. So just subscribe, tell your friends, and if you have the ability to, and you have the money, and you want to, and you think we're doing a good job, and we've earned that, go to ko-fi.com/MWP News and throw us whatever you think we deserve. And thank you, and enjoy this episode. Good evening, morning. I'm recording this at night. And welcome to the Backlog File. I am Adam. And today we're here to talk about Escape from Ever After. A new Paper Mario-like. I think that's probably the best way to define this game. It's a Paper Mario-like. And what I mean by that is it is built and designed to play like Paper Mario. I would say specifically Thousand Year Door, though I haven't played the original Paper Mario in quite some time. I've played Thousand Year Door more recently because I played the Switch port. But the point is, like, it plays more like Thousand Year Door. What I like about it is it really captures, and I think that, like, there are a few games like this, like Bug Fables really did this as well. There's a very unique sensibility to the Paper Mario games. There's a comedic aspect to them, in the way that it carries itself that not many other games really do. And I would say, like, even the other Mario RPGs don't get the same tone. Like, they're similar in tone. Like, Mario and Luigi is similar in tone to Paper Mario, but Paper Mario is just so uniquely, like, not mean-spirited mean, like But just like there's an undercurrent of like just a little bit of like contempt between characters. That is like there a little bit in Mario and Luigi, but is like very much the motif of Paper Mario, and that does kind of exist in this game. On top of that, the battle system works kind of the same. And that, I think, is kind of what I like. I also like the story. The story does function very well. It's a, your typical anti-capitalist thing where it's like, hey, this mega corporation has figured out how to put their stuff into storybooks, and they're using that as a means to, create stuff and sell things. And they're just, it's the next phase of capitalism. We're going to sell stuff to fictional characters. And it's a really interesting kind of thing. So what they decide to do is the protagonists of this story decide, hey, we're going to, become, we're going to join them and then take them down from the inside. Because if we don't, then we'll just not exist. And, all right, well, we'll do this, but we'll take them down from within. And it's a really interesting story, and I like the way it's executed. The only, and I love the environment variety. I think they do a great job of, putting variety to the environments. I also like the variety of, assistant moves, and the fact that you can upgrade the assistants out of the gate instead of having to wait until you progress the story a certain amount. Like, the collectibles are there early enough on, and it feels more, the battle system feels a little bit more in-depth. What I don't like, game's very short. I would prefer it was a little longer. I'm enjoying it, but I wish it was longer. The other big issue I have, I was playing with a controller. I don't know if this issue carries over to if you're playing mouse and keyboard, but playing on a controller, I'm not entirely sure why, but it felt like there was some latency, especially on the action commands for your main hero, but especially when it came to trying to block attacks. Like, I'm thinking like one of the first places you go is the Three Little Pigs, and when you're there, like one of the final boss is just a stampede of thing that you need to hit the button to block, and it's just like I found myself just getting hit by that over and over again because like the timing isn't great. There isn't a great thing in there that signifies when the damage is going to come, and you kind of have to remember. But that's kind of my issue with that, and that was kind of the case for a lot, where it's like, okay, I've gotten the timing down of when I have to hit the button to block this, but it's so precise that it's a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. And the same goes for using action commands when you're attacking. Like to throw the disc twice, you have to time it right and all of that. But like the overworld exploration, the overworld use of your partner abilities, I would say this is handled as good as, better than any Paper Mario game, because it's like, I can't think of one where you have to use multiple abilities in the overworld and time them right to get things going. And it's just like, oh, well, that's that's an important, like that's a unique thing to this game. I can't, like, I don't remember anything like that from Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, or Origami King, which I played fairly recently too, not super recently. But that's like a big part of this, and why that works is that it's like, oh, it becomes a little bit more not strategic, but a little bit more like you have to actually like think about how to solve these puzzles. You have to like use the right moves, you have to use in the right combination, and it does work. This game's a 5. It would have been 5 gold if it was a little longer. It would have been 5 gold if I think the controls were a little bit less like particular. But the fact that they are that particular is what kind of holds it back. The fact that you do need to be as precise as you need to. Like, I don't like Souls-likes, and we've talked about this on this show before. I can appreciate what you're going for. I can appreciate the art, the world building, all of that. I do not like the gameplay of a game where I got to learn how to fucking parry. That's not my thing. I'm not playing a game to get frustrated. I'm not. And look, I platinumed Kingdom Hearts 2 several times, and I know it's not the same thing. But I've also said the closest I will ever get to playing a Souls-like and playing it to completion is Kingdom Hearts 2. But that's really all I got on that. What else have we got to address with this? No, it's a plenty fun game. I would very highly recommend this. I know it's out on PC because I played it through Steam. I believe it is also out on consoles, but I'm not 100% on that. Playing it feels like a Switch title. Like, it feels like something that would be like a good Switch title. And the same goes for like it's something that I could see myself playing on a PlayStation as well. I mean, I played, Bug Fables on the Switch. Yeah, it feels like it should be on Switch. I'm not 100%, but it feels like it should be. It's definitely on Steam. It's definitely a PC game on Steam. But we'll wrap up there for today. Our next episode next week, we'll be talking about another new game, probably the News Tower game. I'll start playing that this week. We'll talk about that next week. Until our next episode, have a great rest of your week.